This is After Her, an AI short film I made using Wong Kar-wai's filmmaking style. I made this entire film jamming with Agent 1, where it took care of the technicalities so that I could focus on the creative direction and the storytelling. I will take you through the full process so you can learn to train your own AI agent. And if you stick around till the end, I will give you an exact cost breakdown for how much I spent making this film. The first step I did before generating a single frame is I gave it a detailed treatment document that I had already made for the film, just like you would have made for any project that you're working on. Mine looks like this and is 25 pages long. One thing I'd like to highlight about this document is that I treated it as an instruction manual and I did a bunch of pre-production work beforehand. I included camera angles, color, lighting, composition, movement, but you can start with whatever pre-prod context you have and then continue building this document. Before I went ahead with the gens, I wanted to test this doc, so I uploaded it here along with this instruction. And I'm basically telling the agent to treat this as a system prompt. And every time I ask for a shot, it needs to come back with the exact choices it made against these 12 key parameters like film reference, shot design, lens, and so on. This forces the agent to think through the whole doc for every shot or every scene that I work on. Then I asked it to make a heist scene shot, something that Wong Kar-wai has never made, so that I can actually test if it's thinking like him on key decisions or is it just mirroring his style superficially. As you can see, the agent came back to me with questions about the era and characters, something that a real AD would have actually done. I gave it my inputs and it came back with this. This is the moment I knew the doc was solid. The agent pulled a principle from page 12, moved over narrative, the substitution rule, and applied it to a scene I'd never even prepared the doc for. It even picked the right film reference. Fallen Angels is the only Wong Kar-wai film that has crime in it. This part is fairly straightforward. I locked the obvious things, the character sheet for the lead, environment references for the apartment, the bathroom, the corridor, and so on. And I generated 4 options of each. I picked the best one and I locked them in. This ensures that I don't have to worry about consistency for the rest of the film. And with that, let's move on to the actual plot. Coming to the actual film, this one's about a man who washes blood off his hands. Then he drinks soju, makes ramen, moves through his apartment, and remembers a girl. No dialogue, just narration. The things he does, the flashbacks that won't leave him alone. You never see him kill her, you just know. I described it to the agent and asked for a scene-by-scene shortlist based on my script, just like a director would do with their crew. The agent came back with a structured shot-by-shot breakdown. I edited it, removed shots I didn't need, added shots that I did, and now I had a plan where we could start generating. Stick around till the end and I'll play the whole film from top to bottom so that you can figure out whether the method worked. Now coming to the part where most workflows fall apart, generating the clips. I'm going to show you 3 instances from this project where the agent didn't just hold context but actually built on top of it. The first instance is from when I generated a scene of the man in the bathroom. Bloody hands, mirror, the whole thing. Then I wanted to make a continuation shot of him walking out of the bathroom, down a corridor, and into the kitchen. He makes ramen, he takes soju from the fridge, and I wrote 3 words at the end. Everything should match. And just like that, it came back with the same character, same warm tungsten, same lens grammar. The corridor leads naturally from where the bathroom would be, the fridge POV lands, the ramen making is paced in the way Wong Kar-wai would pace small actions, slow and obsessive. And the agent already knew because the doc, the character sheet, every previous shot, all of it basically sits in the agent's memory. One smaller thing that I didn't notice until I actually watched this shot was that the agent had applied a slow shutter to this scene. You know that motion smear thing that Wong Kar-wai does in his films? I didn't ask for it. It was there in the doc on page 17. The agent just read that and applied it on its own. The second instance is from when I needed match cuts of the woman in daylight to interweave with the man's night routine. So I told the agent I need shots of the girl in WKW aesthetic to match cut with the night routine. And the agent came back to me with 3 questions. What did the woman look like? What was she doing? And was she in the same location? All of these are great questions because this is what an AD would have exactly asked me. I loved that it stopped and it actually asked me for inputs it needed before progressing on actually making the film. The third and the most powerful instance is when I was working on the bathroom scene, which also happens to be one of the most important scenes in the film because it has 18 cuts in 15 seconds. I wrote the screenplay for the scene and I gave it to the agent. The agent flagged that there are certain things scene dance 2 can do, but there are also certain limitations. It recommended that I split the scene in 2 parts, one part with the guy and the other part with the girl. 3 things just happened. The agent flagged a model limitation before generation, saving me a re-roll. It diagnosed the script as too dense for one continuous video, and it suggested a structural change. I'm not talking about content changes, an actual structural change. That's editorial judgment from inside the document. The substitution rule, the rhythm rule, all of those informed this recommendation. I took the recommendation because it just made perfect sense, and both halves are in the final film. The split just made it sharper. This is the step where Agent 1 impressed me the most because it went from being a shot generator to truly acting like an AD that can make decisions for me. Here's what happened. I had most of the film. The bathroom, the kitchen, the corridor, match cards, contemplative middle, all of it. What I didn't have was an ending. The film needed a close. I tried writing it myself, couldn't quite get there. So I asked the agent, can I just get some close cinematic Wong Kar-wai shots of the dead girl so that I could end the film? It suggested 6 shots sequenced, each one applying the substitution rule. We don't show the death, we show the body, the hand, the cheongsam, the doorway. The closing shot, the doorway, the static hold, is structurally identical to how Wong Kar-wai ends his films. In the Mood for Love ends like this, 2046 also ends like this. I actually used these shots because the recommendation was spot on. Okay, now saving the best for the last. This is the step that I pushed the agent the most and asked it to act like a co-director and just highlight things that I could have possibly missed. So I assembled the cut and I sent the first draft back to the agent and I asked, what's working, what's not? Now this is the step that most people skip, but it's actually extremely useful. The agent flagged the pacing of one cut, said it was held too long, the tension was bleeding instead of building. It noted the SFX during the phone ring was too clean. A Wong Kar-wai film would have more low-end ambient texture. Okay, now as promised, let's look at the cost breakdown for this video. I spent 2 days making this film. There were 30 image gens, 100 video gens, and I spent about 3,000 credits. That's about $750, which is kind of insane for the film that I've created. I'm going to let you watch the film in just a minute, but I just wanted to highlight something that you might have already realized by now, is that if you're a serious creative, you're going to have a ball working with Agent 1 on your film. I'm sharing the full 25-page Wong Kar-wai document and a link to try Agent 1 in the description below. If you found this video useful, like and subscribe, and if you've got a favorite director that you want us to cover, drop their name in the comments below. Now go check out the film I made. This is After Her.
The first time I saw her, she laughed at me in front of everyone. I am not a man who forgets. Some debts can only be settled once. She came when I called. Even tonight. I don't know if that makes it harder or easier. She had this way of tilting her head when she listened, like everything you said mattered. Nobody ever looked at me like that. She asked me once if I believed people could change. I thought it was a lie. In the end, she looked just like she always did. Peaceful.